Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy WizCaster77, bringing you the Fortune Lady deck profile. I'm going to explain the cards and the deck, and then I'm going to explain why I have some choices in there following that. So without further ado, here we go. 3 Fortune Lady Light, 3 Fortune Lady Dark, 3 Gen X Ally Birdman, 2 Chaos Sorcerer, 2 Fortune Lady Water, Fortune Lady Wind, Fortune Lady Fire, Kinkabio, DD Sprite, Effect Failure, Mystic Piper. For the spells, we got 3 Fortune's Future, 2 Secret Village of the Spellcasters, 2 Gold Sark, we got Dark Hole, Giant Trunade, Book of Moon, Lord of Darkness, Different Dimension Gates, Monster Reborn, and 1 for 1. And finally, for the traps, we got Compulsory Evacuation Device, 2 of those, 2 Trap Stun, Mirror Force, Torrential Tribute, and Call of the Haunted. Now, this deck, this Fortune Lady deck, runs off of this young lady right here, Fortune Lady Light. If you don't see this young lady, then it's pretty much game over for you. But I do have a couple ways of getting her to the hand. One of those ways is a 1 for 1. One of those ways is try to draw it out with Mystic Piper. Another one is Gold Sarcophagus. Now, if I open up with Fortune Lady Light and Gen X Ally Birdman, put Fortune Lady Light over here, and Birdman, it gives me pretty much access to any synchro that I want to get. By normal summoning Light or special summoning her, do 1 for 1 or whatever, I can return it to my hand, especially summon Gen X Birdman, or Gen X Ally Birdman. Now, Birdman's effect activates Light's effect, and Light's effect lets me go get Fortune Lady Dark, or Water, 4-star, Fire, which is 2-star, and Wind, which is 3-star. And this is important because Birdman is a 3-star tuner, of course, as many of you probably know. And this gives me access to whatever synchro I want. Usually, if I get to go first, I'll open up with Light and Birdman. If I open up with Light and Birdman, I'll summon Light or get Light to the field somehow. Special Birdman, go get Fortune Lady Dark, synchro in the Stardust, sets. Hopefully, if I have Call of Haunted or Mirror Force or some other protection, or a way to get another spellcaster to the field, I'll play Secret Village of the Spellcasters, set some protection, and in turn, and then my opponent is hard pressed to get out of that because Secret Village of the Spellcaster says as long as I control the spellcaster and you don't, you cannot activate spell cards. And all those spell cards aren't the biggest thing in this format. I believe the traps are. Spell cards still probably comprise a third to a quarter of your deck, which means you're going to be playing a lot of spell cards. And if you can't access a quarter or even sometimes a third of your deck, you probably lose. Another interaction that I like is this young lady right here. I didn't have her in there at first, but I like the interaction with her and Light. I can remove Light from play, which, you know, brings Fortune's Future online, which allows me to draw cards, which this card is a +1, which is ridiculous. But it allows me to draw cards with Fortune's Future. It gives me access to synchros as well. If I get a Dark, I can get a 6. Water gets me a 5. You know, Wind gets me a 4 or whatever I need. Mystic Piper is in here because I play with 7 level 1 monsters. And if I get him to the field and tribute him, a lot of times I do hit. Would it be DD Sprite, Kinkabio, Fortune Lady Light, the all-important Fortune Lady Light. Kinkabio is in here to revive, you know, the Mystic Piper, even the use Effect Failure, the DD Sprite or something, the Synchro into Formula Synchro and draw that extra card. Or to revive Light, play Secret Village, and in turn, Kinkabio goes back to my hand. Light's effect activate because she's removed from the field by a card effect. Go get a bigger monster such as Fortune Lady Dark, and hopefully I have some protection back there, such as a evac device, a Mirror Force, a Torrential, a Call, you know, some other added protection. Another choice that I like is Different Dimension Gates. I got it teched in here at 1 because you can remove Light from play with its effect and one big threat my opponent has, and then go get another monster such as Fortune Lady Dark or Fire to remove another threat my opponent has, and continue the game from there. Fortune Lady Wind, I kind of have mixed feelings about because she has to be normal summon and it wastes my normal summon, but there's been a lot of times where I've had 2 or 3 Fortune Lady monsters on the field. My opponent has 2 or 3 back rows, or 4 back rows even, and I summon Wind and I destroy the entire back row just off of summoning Wind if they didn't solemn warning or solemn judgment here. Which in my case is a good thing because it gets that card out of the way and it allows me to go in harder with my fortune ladies. You know, anything you can do to help me, that life point payment. Gold Sark searches for my fortune ladies, puts them out of play, puts Fortune Future online, allows me to draw cards, get that all important +1. Chaos Sorcerer, same thing, puts a beater on the field, inherent +1, Fortune Future +1, so I just +2 if I can do that play, remove dark or light with Chaos Sorcerer. Everything else is pretty much staple. And that'll about do it for this deck profile. This is WizCatcher77 reporting, and I'm out, YouTube.